I believe that any good recruiter or company has access to the same people, right? There could be a level of that could be dialed down or up, but what makes us different is I wanted to exclusively work with young business professionals or really millennials. And I honestly believe in recruiting, you have to have a niche, because when things do get tight, and they will tighten back up at some point, everyone goes to the company that's the expert in what they do. And I truly believe that I saw a movement that companies were going younger, and I decided that I wanted to be the company that specialized in placing and training and coaching the millennials, the young business professionals, on how to get a job and then placing them. And I also realized that companies weren't going to pay you a 20% fee for a young kid one year out of school. It just wasn't going to happen. So we decided at that point that I knew I wanted to go into working with young business professionals. I had years and years of experience, and I enjoyed it. I loved it. The big brother, the mentor, the coach. But at the same time, I knew that there was a business to be had if I was to kind of do it Southwested a little bit and change my pricing structure to make sense, to be affordable for the mom and pop shop down the street that can't pay you 20%. And I'm not knocking any big companies, they have rules, they have to follow them, but because we were small, I was able to build my team off an overhead that worked, with clients telling me what they could afford to pay and making it a win-win. I know I told you today that the thing that prides me the most is when anyone gets an invoice from a recruiter, right? It's another bill to pay, and it could be a big bill. And I always tell the clients that I meet that my goal is when you receive the invoice, that you really do believe it's a win-win. You may not want to pay it, but it's a win-win, and you understand that I have your back, as much as your employees. You're never going to mess with the big boys. There's great companies out there that one day, I hope to be the size of, but it definitely is, because we do a lot of interviews. And we always ask, because when they come to meet us, we're not trying to jam them into a job. We want to know who they are, and many times we say we don't have anything for you, right? But we ask, where else are you interviewing? What else are you doing? I may know someone there. So I very often get the response of another recruiting firm, and I try to get the feedback on how that was. But you can tell that the recruiters, we get calls and emails, and more of the sense of, can I come work for you, or how are you guys doing this? So I know right now I'm just a small thorn, but as we grow and we grow this social media thing that many people are sort of ignoring, these big recruiting firms, they've been doing it and making so much money the same way that they're not, when the cheese moves, you move with it. And we're getting ahead of the game. So I do believe we're a thorn. We don't try to do everything everyone else does, right? Right now I don't do contract work. So, a lot of these companies I'm not messing with. I don't do a lot of stuff that is, very high-end, unique clearance. That's not my model, right? My model was to do one thing and to do it better than anyone else, to do it faster than anyone else, and to do it cheaper than anyone else. And because of that, I am being noticed, and we are disrupting the way it's done, and it's only going to get more disruptive when we roll out some of this new stuff that we're doing.